I normally do the player introductions, Duke, and I think do a reasonable job of it. But this one, Gary said, Jim, when this young man walks in, I want a piece of him.
Step aside.
And I think we're going to find out why. Who have been joined by, Gary?
I'll tell you why, because Jim hadn't done his homework. He said, you do this one quick. I'll tell you, this man who's wandered into our box not playing tonight
Premiership
is
player.
sorely missed. I think. Are you going to let me do it?
No, well, you're just meandering. Get on.
I speak of a young man by the name of Alex Johnson, and I just want to tell you this, Duke, before I introduce him.
Here we get into the
part of the Xavier College mafia that has come up
Another
here.
one.
You talk about setting a culture for a football club, and people talk about Sydney. It's a Xavier-led influence.
How many?
Dan Hanbury, Teddy Richards, Josh Kennedy, not bad.
Reasonable.
Alex Johnson, superstar, struck down with a knee injury, will be back. The younger brother of Teddy Richards, Xavier, and a young man, Dan Robinson, I don't know much about. I'm not claiming him just at the moment. He's on the rookie list. So 5 genuine stars from Xavier College make this Sydney unit who they are. Alex Johnson, welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You support me and everything I just said then?
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, we've got a little bit of a group up within Sydney from Xavier. Really good bunch of guys and really good school.
Do any Xavier players play at any other AFL club?
Yeah, obviously Luke Ball and Joe Watson are two sort of marquee players in the AFL.
How did they slip the Sydney net?
Yeah, not too sure. Obviously, they weren't quick enough to snap them up.
If Kevin Sheedy had hung around another year, Joe Watson might have found his way up here. Don't worry about that.
Alex, this time last Friday, Gary Lyon put on the agenda a team of players who maybe aren't forthcoming.
I didn't. You did. You're the chairman of selectors.
I'm not sure that
You
was
brought
the
up,
case,
Duke.
Gary.
Yeah, it was yours, Duke.
Chief piled right in over the top of it as well, and it's reverberated around the AFL and continuing to go. The team hasn't fully been finalised, and there was a story today that Dane Swan mentioned on radio this morning.
It's about tight asses.
About tight
Alex.
up players that maybe don't cough up when it's time to buy a beer or a coffee. And Dane Swan went with the story that he'd heard that maybe Keiren Jack in his early days up here, when he wasn't earning the big bucks, he used to drive around searching for Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi at other players.
Surely.
Well, I'm only just
Alex,
putting the story to Alex. Any truth in that?
Yeah, look, I wasn't here when Keiren was in his early days, but you know I have heard rumours of that, so I don't know if I'll.
What behaviour is that, Chief?
Free Wi-Fi.
Free Wi-Fi.
Any others in the same boat as Keiren that might be a little bit hard to pry open the old wallet?
No, look, they're all reasonably good. You know, if we go for a beer or anything, everyone's sort of willing to buy their round and their share of drinks. But yeah, I think I've heard stories about Keiren in his early days.
Put him in, Gary.
He's in.
I'm not picking this team, Duke. And what about Sydney Town, Alex? You settled in? Where are we living? Who are we living with? Are we, as Jim likes to say, swinging hands with anyone up here?
Yeah. I really love Sydney. It's it took me a little while to get used to. Obviously, growing up in the southeastern suburbs in Melbourne, not much has changed for me till I was 18. And yeah, moving up here, I've really adapted to the culture of Sydney and that type of thing. And I was living with a couple of boys in my first year, but now I'm living on my own. I've got an apartment in Randwick, so I live on my own, which is good. It's close to the SCJ and all our training facilities and that type of thing. But no, not swinging hands with anyone up here.
Get there, Jim. Get there.
I've got a girlfriend back in Melbourne.
Are you doing a nice amount of business?
It's got a girlfriend in Melbourne, Jim.
Yeah.
What sort of behaviour is that? You're now a Premiership superstar in Sydney. And that, as Chief found out, Premierships time 4, they can help. So what's with the girlfriend in Melbourne now? Is she not going to move up and join you up here? Or
yeah,
what?
maybe. I mean, the girlfriend happened after the Premiership, actually. So,
Well played.
So it's sort of it's a new thing. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens over the next few years.
As the days sort of wandered in, celebrating hard and
yeah,
she joined you?
I've known her for a while.
I see.
So maybe the Premiership helped me. I'm not so sure.
Alex, I'm sure it would have, and there's no problem with that.
If you had a team at the other end of the scale, the
generous,
flip it around team of the century, almost captain material, I'm told. He likes to get out and just have a good time.
Enjoy himself.
Yeah, he's one of a few of us up here that enjoy getting out and having a good time, but I don't know if he'd be captain of that team, really.
Hey, Jim, it's a good time of your life, isn't it? 21-year-old, living in Sydney. You've got your mates from school up here. You won a premiership. You can wander around.
Duke. Don't go down that path.
I wasn't going down that path. I'm just saying.
You
You wanted to get a poster boy for how good life as an AFL player is. You come up here and be Alex Johnson.
Gary, just because you got a girl doesn't mean you're manacled to your dining room
Jim,
leg. You can still get out and have a bit of a look around.
I've worked with you long enough now. I know exactly where you're going with it.
Gary.
And he's happy. He can still get out and have a beer with the boys.
Of course he can.
No, that's not what Dukas get.
Eastern suburbs, there's plenty of spots. Tamarama, Bronte style. You can slide into all number of establishments, Gary, and just get an appreciation of a city.
He's a good, well-bred Xavier boy.
Well, Alex, well done on last year for a start, and good luck with everything that's coming up.
Beautiful. Thanks,
Great, Alex.
No, mate.
Alex Johnson there from the Sydney Swans. It's great catching up with him, of course, and for Coates Hire. Look at the snorkel. This is the footy preview. He is an idiot. Look at him. Look at the behaviour of our producer.
What are you doing?
Apologies, Alex.